I want to talk about the girl Ashlee Janae that was in Zanzibar, Tanzania. It was for her birthday, and she had a engagement. Like her fiance, ain't his name Joe Cannon? I think his name Joe Cannon. Well, Joe. I'm gonna just say Joe. He proposed to her in Zanzibar, Tanzania. Y'all heard about the girl that mysteriously, allegedly unalived herself, which we know is buffoonery? The girl Ashlee Janae, she went on vacation for her birthday, which ended up being a surprise engagement. So apparently, the authorities over there said that Joe and Ashlee got into an argument. So they had to separate them. Anytime you overseas and somebody separates you like you a child and y'all two consenting adults, some type of scandal is going on. The family, the mama and the dad, was sitting down doing an interview, talking to TMZ or whoever the interviewer was, and they were like, you know, how my daughter unalived herself, hanging herself from a door. That's impossible, you know, for her to do, because my daughter was happy. She was getting ready to start her new chapter of her life. She wasn't the type of person that'll take her own life like that. So now they saying the parents have unanswered questions and they're having difficulties bringing the body back from Zanzibar, Tanzania. They having issues, financial issues, bringing the body back. How are they having financial issues if Joe, he is allegedly this millionaire that flew her over to this exotic country feeding giraffes and all these animals at this expensive resort? Why is it that if he loved her enough to propose to her, he can't help the family financially to ship her body back to the United States? The math is not mathing. See, everybody is so steadfast on he unalived her, he unalived her, he unalived her, he unalived her, right? This may be a major factor, but I also know there are a group of human beings that come together and they plot on other human beings. So even if he didn't physically do it to her, it just seems like he's a part of luring her there to Tanzania to have somebody else do it. And y'all be thinking these people don't be plotting on human beings in these group chats and having these organizations where they have a dream or they thrive to do these malicious acts on people, and y'all think they don't utilize people to overwhelm people and tell them that they love them and introduce them to a better life just to get them where they want to be? Because we got a lot of materialistic black young women being brought up in society right now today to where everything is about securing the bag. And with that mentality of securing the bag off of another human being instead of securing the bag off of you grinding and getting it for yourself, can land you in a situation like Ashlee Janae. You could tell she was ecstatic, overwhelmed, and loved the fact that she was being showered the way she was. When you have these type of women, they don't have, I ain't gonna say standards, they don't have specifics on what type of man they'll date. The only specifics they have is the mighty dollar. That man could have been green, purple, orange, beige, navy blue. And because he said he's a millionaire, you willing to travel to a whole nother country with this man. And from my understanding, they hadn't even been together that long. The only thing long in this situation was allegedly his money. But now that her body needs to be shipped back to the United States, why isn't he shipping her body back? Why are the families sitting on this interview saying that they have unresolved answers, and the biggest problem is financially they can't get this girl body back to the United States? If he was going to marry her, why wouldn't he pay to get Ashlee body back here? And this wasn't no scandal. Why Joe Cannon name is not being plastered everywhere? Nobody is talking about the fiance heavy. All they just saying is, I know he did it, I know he did it. But Ashlee Janae name is being plastered everywhere. Why is the mother having problems getting her baby back to the United States? And why was it a short explanation on what happened to Ashlee over there? The daughter called the mom and said they separated us. They put us in two separate rooms because we got into a big argument. Was this a coerced argument? Did Joe Cannon start an argument to get them separated for whoever harmed her to do whatever they did to her? Because how do you go from taking the knee, proposing to the woman that you want to marry, to having a blowout argument and y'all being separated, to clean your face as though this was a heinous crime committed by somebody else to make your face look clean? This is what I'm getting. I'm getting, why would a grown man allow authorities or the hotel people to separate them on her birthday and her engagement? Why would you do that? Why would you let a group of people, strangers, pry you away from this woman that you just proposed to? It's not passing the smelling test, the sight test, the psychiatric test. It's not passing no tests. Any man that adores a woman and care for her is going to be like, no, we'll resolve this ourselves. You don't have to separate us. It was a plot. It was a ploy. And no millionaires be a part of an organization. They be a part of an organization that's so heinous, we can't even describe. Y'all led that girl over there to fulfill some kind of psychotic fantasy. Because how could you let somebody strip your fiance away from you, from your room, and put her in another room in a strange country that she had never been to before, that she don't know nobody? If you are a millionaire, and we know a black woman from Miami being an influencer and traveling the world with a millionaire, ain't stressing about nothing. That done flew her overseas and proposed her, she ain't trying to take her life at this point. She not trying to do that. Right now, she thinks she done hit a lick. This is even more reason to live than to take herself from this earth. This lady was beginning the second chapter of her life. That's what the mama said. So for this fiance to come back and say that, it just smells like BULL space SHIT in a major way. In a major way. Now, one thing about it is, Joe Cannon a single man. Why he never posts Ashlee Janae on his platform? Why did he fly her overseas to propose to her just to get into a big argument and have her swooped away and put in a room in a strange country to detain her? You detained a grown woman, a 31-year-old woman. You detained her, and you a grown man that allowed these people to divide y'all. That's the first question, and that's the first suspicion. Yeah, you ain't had this girl on your social page, because when something like this was to take place or transpire, you could wipe yourself clean with a clean slate. Whether you did it or you allow somebody else to do it, you are a culprit. And it just gives me, it's more hands in this pot. It's more hands in this pot. We can't even say was her organs intact because we ain't got the body. We got to get an autopsy. The parents got to physically see her. Something is being hidden. And 9 out of 10, every hotel have cameras. And if this hotel don't have a camera, and it's supposed to be an exclusive resort, this is a part of these millionaires' ploy to unalive Ashlee. Because every hotel have cameras. And if this one don't have cameras and they don't have no footage, I'm starting to think that the hotel in on it. The resort is in on it. This ain't like no Kanika Jenkins. Kanika Jenkins was at a hotel with a bunch of teenage people getting drunk. The caliber of this situation is different. Kanika Jenkins wasn't with no millionaire or no billionaire. That millionaire that Ashlee, Janae was with, is giving me that he is a part of some type of cult. And he lured Janae there under false pretenses that he liked this girl and he was proposing to her. Why we don't see this man crying on no interviews? Why we don't see this man sad? Why we don't see this man angry about Ashlee? Why we don't see him there consoling the parents? It's almost as if he don't care. Mind you, this girl wasn't on his social platform. For him to propose to her and act like he in love with her, he did not have pictures of Ashlee on his page. But Ashlee had him all over hers. And I feel like she was picked. She was picked. You done spent all this money on this girl, overwhelming her. Why you ain't bring her back? Because you don't want her to come back. You don't want to be exposed. It's so sad. We got to teach our young women, stop just chasing anybody because they got money. They call it fishing her out. Because he lured her there. And tried to make it seem like, oh, they separated us and this didn't happen on his watch. She didn't start that argument because she was too happy. It was her birthday and she just got engaged. He started that argument to get that girl out of that room. She was a trophy guest. Exactly. Once somebody fly you out for your birthday, spoil you, take you shopping, propose to you, you're not going to take your life. And just because somebody separated her and put her in another room, she not finna do that. Somebody came in there and did that to her. She was stripped away from the guy she traveled over there to Zanzibar with and put in a separate room. She didn't get a chance to flaunt a ring. The program is this girl flew overseas with this white man that was a millionaire that she had been dating for a short period of time. And this man proposed to her on her birthday. He took her on the trip for her birthday and proposed to her. He lured her over there to another country, then started an argument with this girl in the room, and they separated them and put them in a separate room. How you going to separate two grown people? And any man that care about you going to say, nah, don't separate us. We gonna deal with this. You ain't finna let nobody pull your new found fiance and put her in a separate room like y'all children.